Hi, everybody. I think I'm live. Just going to check. So bear with me for the awkward startup. I said, please be quiet and go to bed. Thank you. Alrighty. I can see that I'm up there. I'm just going to pull it up on my phone so I can do an audio check as well as have comments in front of me. So, hope everybody is well this evening or wherever you are in your day, wherever you are in the world. It's taking a little bit of time to load this morning, but we are here. I'm going to assume that my sound is okay. We are here for Teacher Thursday this evening. And what I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, cool. What I wanted to go over today is our dominant clairs. So inside of the 10-week, which I'm actually considering, I'm considering stretching that to a 12-week program now. So I'm still going to refer it to 10 because that's where I've kind of settled. But inside of the Initiate Your Cosmic Vision program that I am launching next year, this exists inside of that program where we go in greater detail the types of intuition and how we can access our intuition, how we are able to hear, see, feel, or know our intuition. And so we're going to do that in a very mini version this evening. We will have a bit of a teaching segment to start off with where I will share with you a bit of knowledge around our clairs, why they exist, and what's important for us to know, what's useful for us to know. And then we'll go into a practice so that you can identify what your dominant clair is. So, with that, with that being said, let's get started. So, the clairs are the way that we can experience our intuition. So you may have heard of them before. They are our clairs is the short term for it, but we have clairvoyance, which means for clear seeing. We have clairaudience, which is clear hearing. We have cognizance, which is clear knowing, and then we have clairsentience, which is clear feeling, clear sensations. And so these are the way that we will receive our intuition. We have discussed at length here on this channel that it is our heart is the how we receive our intuition. It is the clairs are the what. And what we are doing is we will experience them in our dominant five senses, but they are being the information is coming through the heart from that non-local field, which we have also discussed at length here, but we will review that now. So when we are talking about intuition, and especially when we are talking about the intuition that we are wanting to develop inside of the program of Initiate Your Cosmic Vision, we are raising our consciousness and developing our muscle of our non-local intuition. So we have there's a number of intuitions. It's not just one type, and what we are debunking is that intuition is only available for special people, for people who consider themselves and identify as energetically sensitive or empathic. It is available to us all. It is a part of our innate biological technology. So the two main overarching categories of intuition, though they too will break up into ways that we can experience them, which we go into at a greater length inside of the Initiate Your Cosmic Vision program. We have our local intuition and our non-local intuition. So our local intuition is the one that's more commonly known. It's the one that we have is greater known throughout communities, that it's our local intuition where we are biologically attuned to sensations in our local proximity. So when you walk into a room and there is somebody else who you're picking up some funky vibes from, that you are tuning to and are sensing from your local intuition. When we are accessing our clairs, when we are using our clairs to receive our non-local intuition, what we are attuning to is what is beyond time and space. It is beyond the local proximity. It is beyond anything, any sort of book knowledge. It's beyond anything that a person could tell you. And there we without the only way that we can truly verify what we're receiving is by building up our muscle to trust what it is that we are receiving. So, what we do hello, everybody who is joining, lovely to see you. What we are learning today is about the clairs, and we will be doing a practice shortly to identify your clair if you aren't familiar. And we're just touching on the different types of intuition. Our non-local intuition, as I've spoken about before and taught before, is that it is attuning to the one mind or the quantum field or the matrix, whatever you would love to call that. And that is where our intuition is attuned to. And that is the intuition that we are wanting to develop when we are experiencing, you know, global chaos, when we are experiencing a pandemic like no other before. It is where it is a primed opportunity for us to begin to develop our non-local intuition, to begin to develop a clarity of guidance that we all have within us. So instead of having to rely on external sources, instead of having to rely on people like me to guide you, what my aim is to teach you how to be your own cosmic vision, your own guide, your own channel of divine intelligence. So the clairs are the way that we can interpret. The clairs are the ways that we can receive and open ourselves to this guidance. So we will either hear, see, feel, or know what information is available to us. And the way that we do that is we first have to move ourselves out of a fight or flight brainwave state, which belongs inside of the high beta brainwave state, which is where we are functioning from day to day, to get the kids sorted, to clean the house, to do work, all of that sort of stuff belongs inside of your high beta brainwave state. And while you're in that sort of state, it's a much harder for you to be able to access your non-local intuition until you get good at practicing it, and then you're always switched on, and that is ultimately where we are working towards when we are practicing this muscle, our non-local intuition muscle. So what we will be doing when we go into this practice today is we will be going through a guided meditation. We will be going through a practice that will enable you to drop out of that the high beta brainwave state and drop into a brainwave state that will allow you to open to your intuition, your non-local intuition. And I will guide you to receive, and you will either hear, see, feel, or know. And what's important to know, or what's helpful to know, is the way that you receive it is completely unique to you. So you may hear it somewhere inside of you. For me, my dominant clair is clairaudience, and I hear my intuition. It's like there's a little voice that kind of inside, but just right there. And for me, I never knew that that was my dominant clair because I thought that I had to hear it from somewhere out here and with my ears, but it was very much somewhere internally. And it was also in my voice. It's not always in my voice, but when I did this practice for the first time, that was a surprise for me. If you are somebody, if your clair is clairvoyance and you are able to clear see, you may see images, like as if you were watching a movie. And again, you may see it somewhere here, or most likely somewhere inside. You may see it as if, like when you daydream, or if you were having if you were recalling a memory. And just notice how your clairvoyance um, presents itself to you, and stay open to the truth that it could be in the most unique way. If you are clairsentient, if you feel the intuition, if you feel the insight that's coming to you, you will feel it somewhere within your body, or just, close to you. My teacher, I believe, is clairsentient at times, and she feels the field around her while she's intuiting, and that's how she picks up guidance from this non-local field. And clear knowing is possibly the most hardest that that intuitives, especially new to this way of experiencing their intuition, can be the most hardest to trust. Yours is clairsentient, Michelle. um, uh, Clear cognizant is the clear knowing, and that one, with the others, you do have some form of input. Oh yes, clear feeling. Yeah, I have that one come and go. It's not as strong as clairaudience. Clairvoyance has been really dominant for me recently, which is something that is I also wanted to mention as well. Just because you may be dominant a clair right now doesn't mean that you don't have access to the other ways of experiencing your intuition. They are always available to us, but you will be primed for one right now that is dominant, for you to experience your intuition. The more that you practice, which is something that I encourage you to do every single day, the more that you practice, you may experience other clairs coming through. And you will eventually get to the point, like myself, where they all kind of come together. And I can't necessarily differentiate which one's coming first, because they're all like, it's like a bilingual sort of way of speaking with my intuition. Claircognizant, again, it's harder to trust what you're receiving, because it's like you just get a knowing, and it's like, where did that come from? And that's the idea. That is the way that claircognizance works. And for all of the women who have who, like some of the women who I trained with who are claircognizant, some of the women who I've been inside of workshops who have done this practice and were claircognizant, they were challenged by it, but it was also the most profound to see them really just trust what it was they were receiving. So what's also important for you to know before we go into this practice in just a moment is that your intuition, your non-local intuition, will come through first. It'll drop in instantly. Usually, especially if you are new to this, especially if you haven't cleared your subconscious fear and you are sitting in you aren't in the primed state, what will generally happen is you will experience your non-local intuition, and then you will experience your fear, and then your doubt, and all of the other stories that'll be like, oh no, that can't be right, that's not right, was that it, I don't know, I don't think anything's happening. All of these thoughts of fears and programming will come up, because this idea, or this experience is unknown, and it will want to respond in that fight, flight, freeze response. So just be conscious of that, and just stay present to that, and notice what comes first to you, and notice what comes secondary, and trust in what you received first. So let's move into this practice now to identify what your dominant clair is. So, if it is safe for you to do so, whether you're watching now or on the replay, I invite you to close down your eyes. We are going to go within now and begin the process of priming ourselves as a clear vessel to receive our non local intuition. And with your eyes closed, begin to deepen your breath, breathing in through the nose, and let it all go out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Taking in another deep breath, this time noticing if you are holding any tension in your body. And as you exhale, allow it all to be let go. Taking in one more deep breath now. Hold at the top this time. Hold. Hold. Then letting it all go out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Bring 2 fingers or the palm of your hand to the center of your chest. This physical touch at your heart signifies that we wish to drop out of the analytical mind and move into the space of our heart, of which we can receive at the highest capacity guidance, information that exists inside of the one mind, quantum field, the universe. And just breathe into this space. Let yourself be here in this ever-present now. It is safe to be here. The world outside is packed away just for these next few minutes. I invite you to notice a spark of light at the center of your chest. See, hear, feel, or just know this spark of light at your heart is beginning to grow with each breath you take in and each breath you let go. Notice now this light has expanded to fill your entire body. And on every breath, it grows still with ease and grace so that it fills your entire room or the space in which you sit. As you breathe into this light of your consciousness, it expands to fill your entire home or the building that you are in. And still it grows effortlessly outwards so that it fills your entire road, street, and then your entire suburb or region. Continue to breathe into this space and allow this light to grow so that it fills your entire country now. The light of your consciousness bathing your whole country and all those within your field. And still this light expands, radiant and resplendent, to fill the entire planet. Your light expanding to encompass the whole earth. And on your next breath, this radiant light expands from your heart now all the way out into the depths of the universe. And just breathing into this space for just a moment. noticing how this state of expansion feels in this moment. In just a moment, I'm going to invite you to ask a question silently or out loud. And your non-local intuition will respond to you so that you may either hear, see, feel, or know. Soften into this experience. Let yourself be here and open to the guidance and insight divinely awaiting you. I invite you now to ask silently or out loud, what would you have me know? Allow the information to drop in. It will come instantly. Notice whether you heard it, felt it, saw it, or just knew it. Notice if there was thoughts, feelings, visions, or knowings of doubt that popped up behind it. And again, I invite you to ask, what is required in this moment for my evolution? And allow the guidance to drop in, ease and grace, trusting your divine power within you. Allow all doubt to melt away. And now I invite you to ask silently or out loud, what is a vision for my life that is available for me to know right now? Again, allowing this information, this guidance from the universe to become clear for you now. Notice if you can hear it, if you see it, if you just feel it, if you just know it. Once you have received this guidance, gently lower your hand to your lap and just bring to mind a feeling that evokes gratitude within you, a memory or an experience that allows you to feel this gratitude with your whole being. Breathe in gratitude. Breathe out gratitude. Bring some gentle movement back to your body now. Have a little stretch. And when you are ready, blink, open your eyes. If you are catching it this live and you participated, please share in the comments what you experienced, which Claire's presented themselves for you. If you are someone, if Michelle, you are still here, that may have been your feeling or it could have been another one. If you do catch the replay, I would love to hear your experience as well. Which Claire is dominant for you right now? If you have a vision that you want to share and put some extra energy into. And yeah, I invite you to do this and play with this and practice this every single day. Even if you just and um, wake up with gratitude and go into some heart congruence. I have shared the post if you need if a guided meditation on that. And then just allow yourself to open to what is available to you. What would you have me know? Yeah. I love that. Yes. Oh my gosh. I have seen the coolest witches hats. Like they come up on my timeline, but I'm always really skeptical of the seller because like I go through the comments and yeah, they're not great. I think they might have just like got cool photos of them and tried to sell them, but they don't actually have anything to sell. I don't know, but they're just the coolest. I'd love one. Yeah. Yeah, practice that every single day and notice where your which clairs are present for you, which clairs are working, and yeah, let me know how you find that practice. So, as I said at the start of today's lesson, this is a full lesson inside of the Initiate Your Cosmic Vision program that is happening next year. Oh, wow. You'll have to send me photos, please. That sounds beautiful. Yeah. Um, and yes, we go into a much more greater detail into the different types of intuition. We go into this light and shadow aspects of the different types of intuition, which is also really handy to know as well. It's very interesting, actually. Some can be quite triggering, but it's information that I am very excited to share as I get more and more clear about my service, about my mission, and about raising the roof off of mainstream social conditioning, dominant social programming, and begin to hit the major reset button inside of our biological technology so that we can be the ones that are that we are the ones encoding the program. We are the ones encoding how we show up in the world, what's showing up in the world for us, instead of having old, outdated programs doing that for us. Because it is very much a virus that I am keen to defragment. I don't know. I'll have to work on that one. But thank you so much to everyone who has joined me live. Thank you, Michelle, my love. I adore you. Yeah. I'm so excited too. Like there's a fire in my belly about it. I'm feeling it. Oh my gosh. Talk about a revolution, huh? Alrighty, that's it from me this evening. So much love to you all, and I will see you tomorrow for, I think I'm on day 22 tomorrow. I am having so much fun with these lives and so much fun showing up and yeah, just doing me. Bring it on. All right. Love you, sister. So much love to you. See you next time.